What is going on, everybody? So, man, today I just want to let y'all know, just keep pushing through your trials and tribulations, man. Just keep on pushing, because one of these days God is going to reward you, and He going to bless you in ways that really just throw you all the way off. Just throw you so far off you can't even believe that this is your life. Honestly. See, I'm saying this from experience. And I'm also saying this by way of just remembering what scriptures say about a very particular person or people who went through similar trials. It reminds me of Joseph and Job. Like Joseph and Job, like they kind of sort of had a similar trial. It's like one day life was all right, right? Like it was all right. I mean, Joseph, he was born into a royal family, right? I mean, he might not have really seen it that way, all because that's just how he was born. And all the tribes of Israel didn't really get to like what you call it, like didn't really get to form yet. Like it was just one big happy family at that time. And then next thing you know, everything in his life get took from him. And I'm sure he missed his father's house, and he missed his brothers and all sorts of stuff. He just wished things could be the way they used to be. But there's something to be said about the way it used to be, wanting things to be like the old days, right? The scriptures say not to say to yourself, how come the former days are better than these? Because that's not wise. Like it just say that's not wise. Like I believe that's either Proverbs or Ecclesiastes. One of them books say that. Sometimes I get them mixed up because they by the same person. And so like then it's like everything get taken away. Everything get made hard. It almost seems like you going backwards in life. Like you going nowhere or you getting nowhere. And it seemed like every time you make the right move, it always still seemed like the wrong decision to make. And every time you stand on business and stand on godliness, it's almost like you get punished for it or something like that, you know? And then like you start looking around and just assuming that everything in your life is always supposed to be impossibly hard just because you know that God ordains trials in your life that's meant for your growth. It was a time in my life I really seen my whole life like that. Like it's just all supposed to just be hard. It's like I got so used to it to where like I just started to expect to live like that all the time. Always some impossible mess to sort out. Always some impossible stuff to go through. Always being treated the opposite way of who I really am for real. Like I remember times in my life I said to myself, like if I was gonna be taken for a dog, I should have just had the pleasure of being a dog. Honestly. It's like now your whole life you used to be a dog up until you got in a right relationship with the living God, and then He changed your nature. And then it's like now all of a sudden everybody want to take you to be a dog. And you sitting back saying to yourself like, dang, like if I'm gonna get took for a dog, then why did I ever even change my life around? Like what's the sense in me enduring everything I need to endure to grow the fruit of the Spirit and all this other stuff just for me to be taken for an evil person all day long? Every time I turn around, I should have just had the pleasure of doing evil and all that other kind of stuff. Like sometimes it'll make you think like that. but do not grow weary in well-doing. Don't grow tired of just doing right, all because you always get what's wrong as a response. Like, it's so easy to start thinking like that. It really is. But all you really got to do is just continue to stand on business when it comes to just doing what Christ would do. Respond the way he would respond. Like, I remember one day I was reading the book of 2nd Esdras, and I was sitting here and I was paying very close attention to the way the Most High would respond to every little seemingly odd question the prophet had. And I'm like, see, like, it's one thing to get out of your reading what the reading is about, but I was sitting here getting something else out of it. I'm just sitting there paying attention to how the Most High respond to stuff, and I'm like, I wish I could respond to stuff like that, like with just such patience and wisdom and simplicity and all that other kind of stuff, but also a sense of authority. Like, stand on business and how you respond to things for the sake of godliness. Stay patient, stay wise, stay humble, but also respond with authority. And I guarantee you, at some point, your life is not going to be the same. Not everything in your life is going to just stay hard. Like, a lot of times we can believe that this is all God wants us to go through is hard times. And it's not always something you doing wrong that's making it like that. It's not even the simple fact that you're not doing something right enough. It's just that your growth isn't all the way there yet. The things that he wants you to go through haven't fully matured yet. And it's a reason why, because the things that you endure is supposed to build character. It's supposed to shape your personality. It's supposed to build wisdom in you for when it's time for you to be in the position that he really called you to after all of this. And it seemed like after all this time, and you just finally just give in and give up and give it all to God and just be like, you know what? If this is the way my life meant to be, so be it. But all I gotta say is this: remember me. Ain't that what Joseph said? Just tell Pharaoh to remember me. Like, please, like, I don't want to be stuck in this prison no more. But I can guarantee you something on the inside of him was just saying, but if this is the way my life is, it just is like this. Ain't nothing else I can do. I'm in these chains, I'm in these shackles. Like, I'm enduring all this constant fire. It's like I'm not even living up to my real potential, and it's not even my own fault. Like, honestly, it's just not even my own fault. Like, I'm put in positions that cause me to not even really be able to make full use of the person I am for real. But all I know is this: if God deliver me, he deliver me. If he don't, God is still good, because everything that I went through could have destroyed me. See, it's not just a good blessing when God deliver you. It's also a good blessing in the fact that you know that everything that you've been going through should have destroyed you, and it didn't. And you can rejoice in just that right there. In just that right there. Almost every day your life was on the line, and God did not let that affect you the way that it was calling for. Almost every day you in a bad position, and God did not let that affect your life the way that it was calling for. But at the same time, Lord, if my life can be different than this, please just do it. I'm begging you. Like, you put all this word in me. Like, you put all of your ways in me. You put all this mercy in me, all this kindness, all this gentleness, all this humility, all this patience, all this faith in me, and I'm just stuck living in the mud for I don't know what reason. Like, that's kind of how Joseph felt. I can almost guarantee you he did. But almost overnight, it seemed like in one good solid hour, everything can just turn upside down. Sometimes I say to myself, if I would have made one different decision, I would have never even been in the position for God to turn it upside down. All he said was stop here at this store. And then boom, you didn't, heck, like you done ran into the right people who got the right connections. And then the very next day, you got opportunities you never would have thought that you would have had, but you knew you was meant for something like that. All because you listened to his voice and stopped at the store. And you be sitting back thinking, like, if I would have made any other move, if I would have grew impatient as a result of my trials, if I would have grew tired of listening to what he wanted me to do, because it seemed like every time I do, the wrong thing come out of it. If I would have just walked away from faith, man, this could have got so much worse than this. Honestly, all it takes is for one decision to change the whole trajectory of the rest of your life. That's all it takes. Dead serious. Like, just like you listened to what he wanted you to do and all hell broke loose as a result of it. You listening to what he wants you to do and all that can turn right around in an instant. And it'll start throwing you off like something ain't right about this. It'll start throwing you off like, okay, look, like you don't gotta play with me. Like I'm used to being under attack. I'm used to people trying to deceive me. Like, all y'all gotta do is keep it real, man. Heck, I ain't gonna get mad. And it's like, no, man. How come God just can't be good to you? It's like, look, now I ain't saying he can't, but dang. Heck, I ain't used to having it good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this really ain't good, I just need to know. Like, for real. Heck, I'd be cool with it just like I've been cool with it all this time. And it's like, no, man, how come it always got to be like that? Heck, man, somebody offer you an opportunity, man. You seem to just make too much money for what you're doing. Too much money for what you do. You like, look, at what point in time is all this going to get took from me? I just need to know that. It's like, man, how come it always got to be like that? Because it always has been like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Heck, like, at what point in time is anybody not going to mean what they say? Like, bruh. Like, come on, man. It ain't just devils in this world now. You know, it's like, yes, it is. Like, all right, well, look, if it's just devils in this world, then you one of them too, right? Well, no. All right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But still, it'll really throw you off. It'll literally send your head upside down, and you just be sitting around wondering, like, well, the only thing I can really say is God is good and he still do miracles, for real. So just keep pushing through them trials, man. All because you were called and chosen individual. All because you know that God has a great assignment and mission on your life. It does not mean the only thing you're going to ever run into is something that's designed to destroy you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at some point, like, you can really start thinking like that. Honestly. Like, it'll have you on your guard about everything. Like, it'll have you with your hand on your sword about everything. Literally. But at some point, man, God do got good things in store for you. You just ain't expecting it because all you have learned to expect was to always be in a position of having to defend your honor, or having to defend yourself, or always having to protect your peace and all that other kind of stuff. But then guess what? You gonna run into situations where you just gonna end up having to do that a whole nother way, a whole different kind of way. You gonna have to protect your peace differently. And hey, like next thing you know, when everything start getting better, everything start looking good, and things change for the better, now you gotta protect your peace in ways that can seem to distract you from your mission. Right? Like I've been had like a little issue these past like 3 or 4 days, to where it's like now I finally ain't gotta sit here and have a heavy heart, and I finally ain't gotta sit here and be in the position where I gotta protect my mental space and peace in one way. And now it just seemed like all the distractions that seem so calm and soothing and entertaining and things like that start coming my way. It's like now all this time I wasn't hooked on entertainment. Now it seems like entertainment is just hounding me down. Always somebody want me to do something entertaining. It's like it's just always some kind of ad or something like that on the internet that's just stealing my attention away from just getting the work done. Like now I can actually get the work done in peace. And there's so many other ways out, other than just ways that's trying to rip me away from my ability to do it. Now it's things that's trying to rip me away from my desire to do it. And it's like, okay, now this is a hard test right here. The hardest battles is when it don't really seem like you under attack. That's hard right there. An obvious enemy is a whole lot less dangerous than a fake friend. Y'all need to know that. When all your enemies, and I don't mean just in people, when all the devil's devices seem so obvious and hostile, right? Like all of that is cool, but when it don't seem hostile, when everything seems just nice and lovely, and it just seemed like you could just rest, that right there is when the devil is really, really sharpening his sword. Just like David. See, David, he was on fire for God when he was at war. He was on fire for God when he was running for his life from Saul. He was on fire for God when he had to go and slay Goliath. But what about when he took a break from the war? And now he see this naked babe on the roof. It's like, oh, dang. Oh, man. So you mean to tell me Goliath was just no match for David, but that naked babe on the roof? Dang, man. It is always that stuff that just seem like this couldn't be harmless. That's when you really need to watch out. Times of peace. That's why you can't take no breaks. You really can't afford to take breaks from the war, because that's when that naked babe on the roof, and you go and inquire about her, and then the sword never leave your house. Never. Like, you know, like you need to watch out for that stuff, for real. When all your enemies is at peace with you, nah, be careful with that. Honestly, because then you might have a friend that come around and pull you off into some mess. And it seemed like you got permanent judgment from that day forward. Even when you and the Most High God is just really having good, smooth fellowship with you, you still got that permanent judgment just looming over your head. Like, dang, I should have never. It's like, yeah, you should have never. But hey, you still my boy, though. It's like, come on. Like, come on, Lord. Like, for real. But stuff like that work that way. Sorry, I almost got a little threw off, man. This traffic out here is strange. Like all these lanes change suddenly and all this other mess, all this other stuff. Oh man, I shouldn't even be turning here. See, that's what I'm saying. Like all this traffic out here is just weird. Yeah, these them rich people neighborhoods, man. When there's so many roundabouts. Start off as 3 lanes and then end up 2 lanes and then it end up 1 lane, and it's like, man, what the heck? Like, I can't drive like this, man. But all the roads are smooth, at least. Like, you know, all the roads smooth, and ain't no it ain't no stop signs falling over. Like, it ain't no old beat up Air Forces hanging from the telephone pole. Just nothing like that. And it seemed like life could be like that sometimes too. It's like the moment you in good places, you really need to watch where you going. Heck, you need to pay attention to all the signs when you in smooth places. Man, it seemed like that was just fit for the message though, wasn't it? Honestly, like it really do. But still, like God will really throw you off the way He'll bless you. Like he'll mess around and hear everything you complained about in the back of your mind. And He'll mess around and hear everything you done cried to Him about in the back of your mind, or even out loud. Like He'll sit back and listen to everything you said you need, everything you said you wish you had, everything you cried out to Him about. And He'll give you the whole opposite of everything you've been had all this time. Like He'll give you exactly what you're looking for, plus more. And you like, now wait a minute, is this right? Wait a minute, like, no, like, no, man. Like, stuff like that'll make you feel that way. I promise you it will. It really will, but you can't do nothing but thank God, for real. Do nothing but thank God, but don't end up in a David situation. Man, because when you on top of the world and you finally in the position God called you to, and you finally in the position of where you can live up to your best potential, finally, it's always that one oddball temptation just looming over your head. Just looming over your head. Don't let no women suck you into no stuff, man. Like, for real. Like, don't let none of your homeboys get you trapped up in some mess. Watch how you spend your money. Watch how you spend your time, because you can mess around and end up in trouble. All because you just got too comfortable. Don't ever get too comfortable. Don't ever sit back and think the battle is over. It's not over. It just come in a different form. It is always when you on top. Heck, like Solomon. Always stay meek and humble, and don't try and reach too far. Like, the devil gonna put you in positions to where, like, he gonna try and tempt you to reach too far. Heck, just doing too much, just buying too much. Nah, man. Like, now you got too many choices. Heck, you got too many options. Now you don't know which one to take. Now you don't do anything at all. Be real careful of being in positions where you got too many options. Nah, man. Always take your time to just burn your boats to make sure you're never going back. Always take your time to make sure you seek the Most High on exactly what He wants you to do. Because it's in them seasons of plenty when the temptations are a whole lot less obvious, and that really would give them so much more power. It don't seem like temptation. It just seemed like a bad decision you made. Nah, man. Like, temptations is always looming over your head. It don't matter how hard life is or how easy it is. It ain't gonna ever end. It's always gonna be like that. And that's because the devil want to spoil your blessings. Heck, I mean, he couldn't destroy you when it seemed like you would never get blessed. And then after God do it, now he looking for a way to creep in and destroy it all. Don't give him that power, man. Don't do it. Heck, don't do it. Like, you get in that new relationship and all that other kind of stuff. Look, be careful on what you do with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be careful how much time you spend with them, because you can start neglecting the Most High God. Like, dead serious. And he don't want you to do that. Then he got to do what? Cause some kind of disturbance in the mess. And now all you got left is him. Like, no. Like, he wanted you to learn these habits when you was in your waiting season. But don't neglect your prayer life or your scripture reading and stuff like that. Always continue doing the stuff that got you to where you are in order to stay making progress. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, the thing people do is they stop doing the things they was doing at first, and that's when they end up doing what is called forsaking your first love. Nah, you don't want to forsake your first love. Keep doing the stuff that made you the person you are, that made somebody want to give you the opportunities they're giving you. Always keep that posture. Heck, you want to keep doing the same stuff that got you the money you making right now. Or you gonna look around and you ain't making it no more. Like, and then the very people that came around, they gonna start looking at you like you ain't the person you started out to be. And that's because you can let good things be a distraction to you. Like, a lot of people say, like, man, I'm so proud of you for doing this and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And I'm like, well, you know what? I need to keep doing this and doing that and doing this and doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Or you're going to look around and you ain't proud of me anymore. Or you're going to look around and leave me hanging just like everybody else did. Right? I mean, because life worked that way. Like, keep the same energy you had that got you in the position you in right now. Honestly, like, you really want to do that. Keep your work ethic. In fact, increase your work ethic. Double down on your work ethic. Double down on your prayer. Double down on just everything, for real, man. Because if you give yourself too much time to get comfortable, man, like, that's when the devil got a sword to your neck. Or that's when he gonna send some temptation around and the sword never leave your house. Now you got impossible trials to go through, even while you blessed. Even while you in the position you've been waiting on God to put in your life. Don't love this world. Man, because love in this world is going to have you forgetting your first love, and that's the Father, for real. But other than that, man, y'all have a good rest of y'all day. I'm about to get on out of here. I got to get to work. So I thank y'all for tuning in. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you got any questions, just leave a comment. Peace.